Good evening, all, and welcome to the Streetball League Africa, better known as CL, final weekend of the 2025 season. If you're just joining us, the third place game is already underway between Dementor and Phenomenal Phenoms. And then right after this game is the final series starting at 8:10 p.m. right here on Okapi Sports Network. Do more sports. Your commentary team this evening will be myself, Silale Shani, and I'm in the good company of Cletus Masingu. Clay, it's hard to believe that the season is finally coming to an end. It really felt like it flew by. Does this Dementor versus Phenomenal Phenoms clash for third place surprise you, or was this your prediction all along?
Well, it's been a long season and it's been quite entertaining. I expected more from D-Mentor, especially because these are the top seeds of this season. D-Mentors were finished second, Phenomenal Phenoms finished first, and it's quite interesting that the final will be played against teams that finished third and fourth. So I cannot wait to see what these two teams can put up. The series went 1-1 in a regular season, so I expect both these teams to put up quite a fight to try and finish in that position, the third position. Simply because when you win this game, you get to walk away with 250,000. But if you lose the game, you get to walk away with only 100,000.
Well, either way, you're still going home with a bag.
Yeah.
And that's all right with me. As we take a look at some of the action here on the floor, Toby Odyambo bringing the ball up. You can see he gets Phenomenal Phenoms their first lead of the game, 4-2. And I think these two are very evenly matched teams. I would call this the battle of the bigs. Looking at how they played in the semifinals, they were very interior focused, and I expect that same narrative in this game. Both teams were under 18% from beyond the arc. As we see, the three-point attempt is off on that one. So I will be expecting to see how the post players perform against each other.
Well, you've said it. They are big players. As you look, the size that is on that floor right now, it's quite interesting that you look at the likes of Mareba and Jongbai, all those players, they've got the size to deliver in this third place playoff. And it's quite interesting. I cannot wait to see what transpires today, because going 1-1 in a regular season, it's going to be interesting.
It is indeed Yor now to kick it out for the floater from Mabior. And he's off the mark. Talking about keys to this game. We had very high turnover situation for Phenomenal Phenoms. 32 average in the semifinals matchup. And they're going to have to clean that act up if they want to get a win here. It's very tough to get a victory if you got anything above 30 turnovers.
Yeah, and that is what is most important. And you remember when we watched that game, they made so many errors when the game was going to finish. Particularly that fourth quarter with 2 minutes left to play. They didn't need to be in a rush, but they were in a rush. Yeah, and you cannot play basketball like that. And I'm just looking forward to seeing them play better basketball than what they performed in that semi-final, particularly the last 2 minutes when we anticipated that they would be okay. As we look at the referee, Richard Deshu, he's back. He wasn't there over the weekend as he talks to Paul Mathia, having a word as Fabrice Simon also joins. They've been good referees over the season. They've handled the games very well, and it's nice to see them handle this third place playoff.
So again, if you're just joining us, we just dove right into it. This is the third place game of the CL between Dementor in the white jerseys and the Phenomenal Phenoms in the black jerseys. And it's revenge for the fallen. Both of these teams went winless in the semifinal series. And now they're going to be playing a best of three. So they've got to play today, tomorrow, and Sunday. As Rapudo gets the ball to Adyambo, he'll bring it up. It's been a slow offensive start for both teams, coming up on 4 minutes gone in this first quarter, and scoreline at just 4-2. The energy is a bit low.
Yeah, and it's what you expect, because they would have wanted to be in that final today, and they're trying to size each other up because whatever is on their hand right now, it's money that we're talking about. Yeah, everyone will go home with the bag. Yeah, but
I mean, I feel like it's good motivation. It's 250,000 you didn't have. It's 100,000 you didn't have
yeah, and
at the
it's
start of
more
this
than
weekend.
exactly. It's 150 more than when you lose this game. So
Exactly.
it's gonna be interesting as we look at Tobias, who tried to do his best in this in the other semi-final.
And that's a great pass from none other to Tobias to Siaji from the corner, as Phenoms now take their biggest lead so far. And the steal and the missed dunk. Siaji, second opportunity. Tobias this time manages to convert on that possession. And D-Mentor are going to have to do a better job on defense and cleaning up their efficiency act, as we see another turnover right there. And we've talked about the turnovers. Dementor, 20 turnovers averaging in the semifinal series. Already now digging deep in that turnover hole. And that's going to have to change as Siaji misfires. Little ball pressure on the other end of the floor. Now here comes Wade Deng. Fakes the pass, then delivers. Alley-oop comes up short. A long pass is scooped up by Mabior. And Dementor slow to come to the party. Air ball.
Well, it's interesting that today Mabior returns to the lineup, and as I was looking at the team sheet, there is also Dan Quad, who was injured, but he's set to return today. And Mabior was instrumental, particularly in that quarterfinal when they played Kibra Talibans. He was very instrumental. He played his part, and you can see he's already off and running.
He is off and running indeed. Gets the runner to go. Now on the other end of the floor, Odiambo thought about the pass, gets it to Rapudo. Phenoms trying their best to space out the floor. We got a whistle. And looks like Siaji might have stepped on the line as he was trying to explode on the drive. Time flies when you're having fun. 4 minutes and 25 seconds left in this first quarter. It's a 5-point game with Phenoms in the lead. Wade Deng to bring the ball up. And Deng had a great offensive outing in the semifinals. Had a hot hand from beyond the arc. And definitely one of the offensive powerhouses that Dementor tend to rely on. But as you said earlier, Clay, definitely having the presence of Deng Quat on this floor, although he's not checked in yet, should make a difference for Dementor.
Yeah, you will make a difference, but I'm also very impressed with Mabior. He's been absolutely sensational, and he drops the trays when you don't really expect him to. That is number 5 for Dementor. And we also know the number 9, who was absolutely instrumental in that semi-final, it just didn't quite fall for them.
Rapudo splits the defense, goes high off the glass. And phenomenal Phenoms playing some phenomenal offense.
Yeah, they've begun very well, and if they can continue that in that same vein of form, remember it's the best of 3 as well, so it's not over until it is over. So there will be an opportunity for someone to return the favor. Whoever loses today, whoever wins today, they're going to have another opportunity.
I do believe there's a strong advantage in striking first, though. So if I'm one of these teams on these screens, I definitely want to get the first win in the series, regardless of how the series goes.
Well, Phenoms, I expect Phenoms to at least show their class. This is a team that finished number 1 and then a team that finished 2nd. It's quite interesting that they find themselves in a 3rd place playoff, because most of the time, anyone who has finished on top has gone on to win the championship.
And now a missed opportunity to score. Dementor struggling from underneath the basket. 3 misses. Phenoms now an opportunity to extend this 5-point lead. that they've been able to get in this first quarter. Siaji, no go. Bior now is fouled by Rapudo. But I think that Dementor need to do a better job instead of opting for isolation basketball. They've got to play as a team, and you can look at the disappointment in Yor's face. He knew he should have needs to get his players involved, but we got another timeout on the floor. Phenoms have been able to maintain this 5-point lead. Clay, what do Dementor need to do differently to cut down this lead?
Well, first of all, they need to just be patient. And this is what we talked about the other game. They need to be patient. They need to move the basketball. They are too much in a hurry. They do have scorers on that floor, but they need to be patient. Just move the ball. Let everyone get a touch feel of the ball. Because if you are going to attack the basket without passing the ball, it becomes a little bit difficult. Well, I also wanted to touch on something. It's looking at both these teams, Davis Siaji and Tobias Odhiambo. If I told you they were model fours, you will not believe it. One was playing for Dream Team, the other was playing for Junubin. I did not expect that one day they would be teammates. I was just having a chat with them earlier today before the game, and they were saying, we've played tournaments together. And I was like, since when did you start playing tournaments together? Yeah, I did not anticipate that they would be teammates. It's quite interesting to see.
So they're used to being arch rivals.
Yeah, and not just Junubin and Dream Team. You can go way back, KCT and Dibs. They used to be fours.
And look, a fumble from Geu. Going to call a jump ball. And Dementor having a tough time getting into this game. We've seen a good amount of turnovers as the possession goes to the team in black. And a lot of times it's just mental lapses. I'm sure they warmed up well. I'm sure they're hungry for the win. As we said, there is prize money for the 3rd place and the 4th place. And then, of course, the grand prize of 1 million shillings to the 1st place team as Rapudo. I'm sure he wished he made that shot in the semifinal series.
Yeah. You would want that so many times, and you can take it and you say, maybe it's just one of those games that didn't go their way. However, they've started very well today. They are showing that they're the top team. They were the top team in the regular season. However, the playoffs is a different ball game. You've always mentioned that. It's a different ball game, and here we are. But also, Dementor's a young team. They're very young. They're still trying to get their footing. They are young men. They are not as experienced as the phenomenal Phenoms players.
So it is an impressive feat that they've made it so far in this league then.
Yeah, very, very true. As Rapudo attempts there and misses, they've really worked hard to get to where they got to. It is absolutely impressive. To finish, first of all, 2nd in the regular season and then make the semifinals. It is just so big because they've never made the semifinals before. This is the first time they've made it.
Another steal, Simon Rapudo. He wants to be MVP of this game. Great finish from him with a hand all up in his face, and it's now become a 10-point lead for Phenoms. Dementor unable to stop the bleeding. Kick out to the corner now. Long two's not going to get there. They managed to steal the ball back. Another attempt from the corner. This one is way off. And tough to see from this angle who had the last touch, but it looks like the possession does stay with the team in white. Mathiang Garang to inbound. Captain of the Dementor squad. Gets it to the corner. Ball is swung to Geu. Geu gets it out for the mid-range shot. Looked good. Bit too strong on it. Odhiambo to bring the ball up. White jerseys all around him. Kicks it out for the mid-range shot. Mareba Deng gets it to go.
interesting. Mareba Deng, player, used to play for Click Mambas, and I'm sure he will be rooting for his old team to defeat the reigning champions in that later game today.
Or maybe regretting that he switched teams.
Yeah, but he was given an opportunity to go back to the team, but Phenomenal Phenoms had a better offer for him.
All right, well, that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Phenoms with a good lead, 18 points to Dementors 6.
Well, Dementors, it's so impressive, and you can see Coach Deng already having a word with the referee Paul Maithia. They are having a word. It's too early to start having a word with the referee, I think. I think he's just having a word up the dribble.
For me, it looks like it's a frustration conversation. You know, he's frustrated that the boys are not playing the way he wants them to. Of course, this is looking like a very different Dementor team that we saw in the semifinals. They were averaging about 59 points, shooting 28% from the field. But where they really excelled was on the boards. They had 52 rebounds total in the semifinals. And that's where they need to check in. They need to be aggressive, cleaning up the glass, and then converting. But I think the story here is really the turnover situation.
Yeah.
Way too many turnovers for Dementor, and a lot of situations are unforced turnovers. It's just being sloppy with the basketball.
Because they're in a hurry. And there's no need to be in a hurry. They just need to relax, calm down, move the basketball. They are not doing that. They're too much in a hurry. And when you are playing an experienced team like Phenomenal Phenoms, then you're going to have a problem because they are converting. They are giving away the basketball so cheaply and easily all the time. Rapuda has had how many steals so far? Maybe 2, maybe 3 already. And it's just directly into the opposition. They need to move the basketball. Yeah, the coach is really frustrated. He's still having a few words with the officials.
Well, Dementor have dug themselves into a 12-point hole. Again, in the game of basketball, that's not a crazy lead, but still they want to make sure that Phenoms do not capitalize on it, as we see the attempt from Tong Yor, misses the mark. We talked about isolation basketball. Dementor, that's not the way to go. As Spencer Morel, he's got just white jerseys all around him, tries to go up through the trees. They call a 3-second violation on him. But Dementor is struggling with their efficiencies.
Yeah, they are in a hurry. And you cannot play basketball as the isolation play you're saying. Every time it's one-on-one, he attacks the basket without passing the ball to a teammate. It makes it difficult. It will be difficult.
Gale slips. Another turnover. We just talked about it. And now they got to be careful that they don't foul here. A kick out. Lines it up, knocks it down, gets it to go. Phenoms now up to 22 points. 21. Excuse my mathematics.
They're playing very well, Phenoms today. There are very minimal changes. I don't know if you've noticed. Today they are not switching the way they were switching 5 players. Today there are very few changes on that floor.
Yeah, they did stick to their starting unit for the most part in the first quarter, but I see that now Niva Morgan has checked in for Phenomenal Phenoms, as well as Jerry Wakesa. And Wakesa is a very disruptive defensive player. He had 5 steals in the semifinal series. And this could be an additional nightmare for Dementor if they're not valuing the ball. As we see them trying to move it around, we've got a foul, a travel call on Garang Matiang. And there you have it, another turnover once again.
They really need to improve their turnover situation. You cannot play a basketball game and give the ball away the way they're giving. They're just not playing very well. You wonder what they're going to do to improve on that. See the aggression from Spencer Morel already. You can see 9 total already. Yeah, you can see the turnover situations. It's just not happening for them. The thing is, Phenoms are making use of the turnovers that they're getting from Dementor.
It's not the cleanest game that we're seeing here, but playoffs is not always pretty. As we see the attempt from Kisilu. The hot hand is there. Already 2 field goals for him after just checking into this second quarter. And he was struggling from the field in the semifinal series.
Yeah, he
throughout
did.
the series.
Very true, he did. He missed so many shots. You remember we were just counting how many, and then you asked if he should continue shooting. But, well, he should have passed the basketball. Sometimes it's just not there. You know, you cannot have a good day all days. You've played this game, Silale, and you know you cannot have a good day every single time. There are those days where it's just a bit tricky, and you need to pass the basketball, let other players come into it.
Shot clock starting to wind down. Decisions have to be made. And Garang tried his best. But again, too strong off the glass. Dementor unable to score so far in this second quarter. And that's not to say they've not tried. They certainly have, as Jacob Aliou picks up a foul on the floor. So it's going to be inbound from the baseline. Wakesa, bounce pass to Buluma, kick out to Morel. Morel thought about it, decided against it.
Well, they've steadied the ship a little bit, Dementor. But Phenoms continue to just score at will. This is a big range. It's going, and it's starting to go very quickly.
I mean, it's a 20-point lead right now. And we began this game not too long ago as we see Jacob Aliou doing his best to stop the bleeding. But again, it has to come to a team effort. You're not really seeing a structured style of play for Dementor as Spencer Morel lays it in under the rack. But you see Phenoms are making it, they're not stressed. They're allowing the game to come to them.
I think it's just down to experience here, and or maybe the pressure is on Dementor. Given the anticipated not to be in a third place playoff, they wanted to be in that final later on today.
Well, the show must go on, and if you want to make this a 3-game series as opposed to a 2, you got to step up. Speaking of stepping up, that man on your screens right there, Neva Morgan, is forcing Dementors to take a timeout. He did not play in the semifinal series.
No, he didn't. And he was absolutely sensational in the regular season when he was playing. He has been a very key cog of that team. Now I wonder why he was not considered to play in that semifinal, even the quarterfinal. He wasn't there. Yeah? But the man from UON, studied at UON, it's a good thing to see him here.
And he's delivering.
Yeah, he is. Now you wonder what they would have done with him in that semi-final, because they really struggled from that on the paint. They really did struggle. They were not scoring at all. It was just difficult for them.
Well, taking a look at some of the highlights of this game so far, and Phenoms doing exactly what they want to do wherever they want to do it. We saw the drop-off pass there for Morel. You can see the patience drawing in the defense and then kicking it out for the shots, and the guards are rewarding them. Another 3-point shot from Neva Morgan in that replay, and that's how you want your basketball game to go. You want to be at ease, you want to be composed, and this game one has phenomenal Phenoms comfortably in the driver's seat.
Yeah, they are comfortably in the driver's seat, and you expect Dementors to come through. They will eventually get to this party, but they will eventually get to this party. They're not going to just let it go.
Back to the action, and Jacob Aliou managing to draw the foul, so he'll head to the free throw line to shoot 2, and he seems to be the only player on the floor right now for Dementor who is going after it. Now, granted, he is not using the shot clock as well as he could, but at least he's demonstrating a hunger to want to perform in this game as he gets the first free throw to go.
Very true. And he's one of those players who was man of the match, I would say, in that semi-final. He really did play very, very well in that semi-final. However, it wasn't just to be. But today, he will really need to step it up because as far as I can see, Quart is not getting on the floor yet. So they will need to do better today.
Quat had a few minutes earlier on in this quarter, but he didn't stay long on the floor. Wakesa, the ball handling skills showing off, kicks it out to Buluma. Buluma back to Wakesa. Wakesa trying to draw the defense, but stepped on the line. I think it was one attempt too many. Should have just swung the ball. Now here comes Tong Yor. Yor, drive and kick. Quat. He's on the floor right now. He's 0 for 2 from the field. A nice spin move from number 9, Mareba Deng. And his turn to draw the foul and head to the charity stripe. If you're just joining us, let us know who you're rooting for and where you're watching from. We always love to hear from you in the comments. And as we take a look at this semi-final matchup between Phenoms and Dementor, 250K on the line of this best-of-3 series, and you get to go home with a bronze medal as well. But hey, the fourth place team gets a little money too. And it's exciting to see the financial incentives that are in Kenyan basketball right now. Street Ball League leading the way. Nice steal from Niva. He's trying to shake off his defender. Passes Buluma now. Thought about it. Morgan back to Buluma. Buluma splits the defense. Finger roll finish isn't going to go. And another opportunity to score. High arcing attempt from Deng. This time, Dementor make sure that Phenoms don't have another opportunity to score. And then just like that, another silly turnover.
Well, I'm just wondering, when are they going to improve on those turnovers? Because you cannot play a basketball game like that. They just keep picking up this basketball as if it's not important. They are being very, I don't mean to say this in a bad way, but they're being very careless with the basketball. They are not doing enough, Dementors today. You wonder what happened.
It is a bad day in the office for Dementors, regardless of if they are new on the scene or not. Things have to change. At the end of the day, basketball is basketball. You got to do your best.
Yeah.
And for me, we're not seeing Dementor's best effort. 10 points as we approach the bottom half of the second quarter is just not going to cut it for me. And just like that, the lead is extended once again by Salim Kisilu, who is having a fantastic offensive outing today.
Yeah, how he wishes that would have been in that semi-final earlier this week. And I'm just interested to see how are they having an easy game. It feels like they're just having an easy game. It's interesting because this team is the same team that did sink Phenoms. Yeah, and then you look at it and it's just they're having an easy game today.
They beat, you said they did sink Phenoms?
Yeah, they did sink Phenoms.
During the regular season?
Yes, and they were it was not a close game. It was a big, big margin when they beat Phenoms. Now you wonder what is going on.
Which is why, again, we're not talking about ability or aptitude right now. We're talking about desire. And right now, Dementor are not showing desire on this floor. And I really hope that's a conversation that Coach Dengarang will have with them, or is having with them, anytime there's a timeout or dead ball situation. So you look at this ball pressure defense. And then the miss at the cup from Matiang. As it looks like we're going to have a jump ball. And I believe the possession goes to Dementor. But you can see the expressions on their faces. They're very casual. There's no desire. There's no fire in their eyes.
I just picked up on something as well. Coach Deng today is just sitting down. He's not talking to his team the way he usually does. We've seen him have a conversation with the referees. However, he's not standing up today. You wonder what is going on. It just feels like one of those games. You can see the Dementors bench, they're all seated down. It's just like they're having one of those days. I wonder if they know what is on the line.
If nothing else, play for your own pride, as Phenoms now take a commanding 37-11 point lead. And they are right on track to extend this to 30 points. 30-point lead in the playoffs. That's embarrassing.
Before halftime.
Before halftime.
Oh, no.
That's not a good look.
And Mareba is also having a blinder today. He's just having a good time out there today.
Knocks down both free throws. 39 points for Phenoms. 2 points away from making this a 30-point blowout. And now the pocket is picked. Jerry Wekesa, we talked about what a disruptive defensive player he is. Steal for him. Baluma goes all the way. Comes up too strong on the glass. And now we have the push. Wall with the ball, kicks it out to Aliou. We try to feed it back in an empty possession.
I did not expect to see this from Dementors today. I really did not. When I came in here today, I thought they would give it quite a shout, but it's not happening.
Wei Deng drops it off for the finish. And Alor Kual, who just checked in, manages to get the basket. Baluma on the other end of the floor. And then a slice through the defense for Deng, who is having a day. And he's smiling. Anytime you see a player smiling and having a good time, expect a good game from them.
Yeah, and we've seen so many players today for Phenoms just enjoying themselves out there. And it doesn't look the same for Dementors today. It's just not happening for them.
Guess at the wing, we've got a whistle on the floor. And was it a travel violation?
Yeah, a travel call. Well, today there's not too many changes. I wonder where this Phenoms team was in that semi-final.
You know, sometimes, Clay, people just can't handle the pressure. You can have a team that plays very, very well when the pressure is not as high upon them, you know?
Yeah.
Case in point, James Harden and the Houston Rockets. I apologize to all Rockets fans out there, but listen, y'all choke in the playoffs. And that's a hard fact.
It's difficult sometimes. When the pressure is on, that's when we know what kind of player you are. Oh, what a block! And an easy layup again for Mareba. Deng, he's just having a time of his life, and he gets fouled, I think.
And it looks like Kisilu is a bit slow to get up. Well, never a good thing when you see players holding their knees and joints or ankles, but good to see that he's stepped up and seems to be walking okay. But yeah, that was a hard foul. Sent Kisilu tumbling down, but he seems to be okay. Deng, right there, he's locked in. That means that he was already chasing Kisilu. He was anticipating the miss. He was rewarded for his efforts. Got the basket.
Yeah, and they do have a commanding lead right now. And I'm just thinking, what will it take for the Dementors to come back in this game? It is just not happening for them today.
It really isn't. They've dug themselves into a 30-point hole in the first half. Not a good look. 13 points in the first half. 3 of those points have come in the second quarter.
And the fouls, they are collecting so many fouls in the process. They are not doing enough today.
And a correction, it's not even 3 points in the second quarter. They actually finished the first quarter with 6 points. So a slightly better second quarter at 7 points, but still, you playing a quarter at single digits back to back, it's not a great place to be. Kisilu, he thought he had it. off the mark, and now Dementor with the numbers. The chase down from Buluma, but they're going to call the holding foul on him. And that's going to be Phenoms' fourth team foul. Mabior is going to shoot two, as we have a substitution on the floor for Dementor. Out is Tong Yor, and checking in is Nguyen Sel.
Well, can you look at that body language, Silari? Look at the body language on that bench. It tells you everything you need to know about the game.
Especially Coach Deng.
Yeah, especially Coach Deng. You will know whether he wants to win a basketball game. He's not shouting, he's not doing anything, he's just seated. It's all right.
And he's not one to sit back like that. He really is not. But I mean, it's awareness. Coaches have to realize that players feed off their energies. And despite the scoreline, there's still lots of game left here as we get into the final 30 seconds of this half. This time, okay, the hole is big. 30 points is a big hole, but there's time.
It's so early to be down 30 points. It's just so early. You cannot be down 30 points. It's just.
I think it's so early to lose hope. It's too early to lose hope. You can't lose hope in the outcome of this game. You can turn things around in the second half and cut down that lead. Of course, you have to be extremely efficient as a team and limit your turnovers. Make sure that you're making easy baskets, as we see the miss there from Sel. 3 seconds left for this first half, and that will do it. Martin Buluma unable to connect on that one. But we have put one half of basketball in the books. An incredibly great offensive outing for Phenomenal Phenoms at 43 points. Dementor at 16. Something has to give.
Yeah, they are phenomenal. That is the language we're going to use that. And you wonder where this team was in that semi-final. I think they will feel like they should have done better. And you said the pressure. I think the pressure took its toll. We saw them crack the last few minutes. Yeah, you can see even the coach, what Deng is up to.
He's on his phone, hand in his pockets, checking his phone. Body language is way off, but let's take a look at some of the statistics so far from this first game of this doubleheader evening. 37% from the field for Phenoms, 18% Dementor. So not only are they not attempting, they are missing all the attempts that they are making. But also look at this rebound situation.
Yeah.
30 rebounds to 11, and we talked about the importance of Dementor dominating on the boards in this game.
Yeah, and they've not dominated. Look at the assists. That's where now the big difference is at, because it means the others are sharing the basketball, and the Phenoms are sharing the basketball, and Dementors are not doing that. Anyone who attacks the basket has to go to the rim. You cannot go to the rim all the time. Sometimes you have to create space and give an assist to your teammate, and that is a big difference. This is a minimum of at least 22 points, yeah, compared to 2.
Well, there you have it right there. Something has to give. You can see Coach Gorang talking to his boys. They've got a little bit of time to correct their wrongs. We'll be right back after the highlights. between D-Mentor and phenomenal Phenoms. And what a first half it has been for the Phenoms. 43 blowing Dementor out of the water to their 16 points. And Phenoms, the team that had strong ambitions to go all the way, they defeated Okapi in the quarterfinals, but were swept by Twente in the semis. And I know it was very disappointing for them to not get to the championship game. But it seems that they're channeling that disappointment and rage into thrashing Dementor.
Yeah, they are being thrashed at the minute. Let's hope that an improvement will be made by D-Mentors. They've got a lot of work to do to improve their scoring, particularly, and the turnover situation as well. They are not sharing the basketball. We've already looked at those statistics earlier today, and they really need to improve. We expected a better game from them. So as we get ready, let's expect better second half. Maybe the mentors have been given a wake-up call as the second half is now underway. The third quarter, Wade with the ball is now faced with the starting unit is back on the floor for Phenoms. Already quick rebound by Spencer Morel. Tobias Odiambo, easy. Spencer thought about it. Yaji will move the basketball to Odiambo. Big rebound. Here's Webb. Mabior laid it off. At another turnover. This time it's a travel. They really need to improve. They really need to improve on these turnovers, the mentors.
They need to improve on a lot of things. As we see them take their time bringing the ball up. Aliou kicks it out to the wing for the three-point shot. Can't get it to drop. And then Ernest Muturi with the rebound. Siaji, he's got one on him. Picks up his dribble. Not the best decision in the corner. Now Diambo blows by his defender. Tries to draw the foul. And he does successfully as he heads to the free throw line to shoot two.
Looks like he got a knock on the way there. Diambo, of course, has won this championship before. With Junubin, played a very key role in that championship winning team. Too much experience in this Phenom side.
So Diambo misses the second free throw. Liu trying to go all the way to the cup. I believe the foul came before the attempt. And if you ask me, Jacob Aliou is really the only player on the Dementor squad that is putting in any kind of genuine offensive effort.
Very true. He's really fighting out there and he's not getting any help from his teammates. And it's so strange to see him keep fighting and his teammates are not giving him the support that he really needs. They need to put up a fight. 16 points for Dementor after a whole half. It's just shocking. It's not something you expect from them.
So Aliou gets the free throws to go, and he's been quite efficient from the free throw line in this matchup. This looks like it's going to be a travel call. Yes, it is. One step too many for Ernest Muturi.
Well, the player who left Buruburu Crusaders to join Phenoms. And he's done very well. He'll be thrilled that he joined Phenoms because he went there mid-season. I was talking to Coach Ray, Raymond Omondi, and he was giving away his players. He's one of those team managers who does not really hold on to players. If you get an opportunity to go play for another team, he gives you the chance to go. He facilitates you to move forward.
The steal from Mabior ends up in an empty possession, and we've talked about it. Anytime Dementor make a defensive effort, they're not able to convert that into points. And basketball is a game where points matter.
Yeah, they just threw the ball outside. Now, if you are in that situation, you wonder when they are going to join the party today.
Spencer Morel spin and the dunk attempt. And you can see that number 6 for Dementor, Christopher Wall, was hanging all over his jersey. So Morel will go back to the line. I can see his beard is growing back. Last time we saw him, he was clean shaven, and I thought Phenoms had recruited a new player.
Yeah, and he looked, you know, when he's with the beard, sometimes he looks like he's older than he actually is.
How old is Spencer?
Should be 25, if I'm not wrong.
So lots of basketball left in his future, and he's been a great addition to Kenya's basketball ecosystem.
Yeah, we've witnessed him play very good basketball, playing the defensive effort for KPA, and it's just they fell short again. And when you look around these teams, you can see the quality that they do have and they do possess.
Odhiambo, great ball handling skills, but couldn't finish up the play. And you can see that he is profiting from his experience with the 3x3 team that traveled to China, I believe it was, a couple of weeks ago. And it's always great when you get players who can have those kinds of opportunities to get exposure. Something in Kenya that we're lacking a lot of is international exposure.
That experience is very important. When you go outside there and you learn from the other players, you get to play with teams from different regions. It builds that experience so that when you come to international tournaments, now you're able to deliver.
So Morel successfully draws the foul once again, sends him back to the free throw line. And he tends to be a high percentage shooter from the free throw line, although he has struggled today. Regular season is where he thrives from the free throw line. He was 50% in the postseason of the Kenya National Basketball League. This time misses both free throws.
Well, the percentage of the free throws you can see there, Dementor's just edging it, and that's because of Aleu, who's been magnificent for Dementors today, though it's just not happening for them. So timeout?
Timeout indeed, and that was called by Phenoms, who have only scored 1 point in the last 3 minutes of play here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's strange. It's just one of those games that is just not really lighting up the day, and both these teams are struggling, particularly this quarter. We've seen nobody get into the rhythm in this quarter, so you wonder maybe the long break, and then when we had a situation with the blackout a little bit earlier today at halftime, I think the players went cold a little bit.
Clay is being very, very kind this evening and giving great excuses for the players on the floor.
Well, we've had better games. We've had better games, and the CL never has a game like this. It's just, I'm really shocked. It's not just happening. It's like Dementors are simply not competing. But it's good to see that the coach now has had a few words and he's upstanding. Maybe his team now will see that he's serious. He wants them to develop and try and get points on the board.
Denquat completely off target. Odhiambo with the defensive board. Here comes Rapudo. Rapudo cross. Left-handed finish is blocked away by Tong Yor, but they're going to call the foul. So Rapudo will head to the line, and he has been the top scorer for Dementor in the first half, and looking to continue that track record for Phenoms, player that usually plays for Lindsay in the KNBL, And he was able to carry Lindsay deep into the post.
Well, today he's not playing his transition basketball that we know he's very good at. In Phenoms are a bit slower today. They are just having a good time. They are managing the game. They are not trying to go at it the way we usually see them. I think it's just, it is really a third playoff game. It really is, in every single way and manner.
And Raputo trying to block up the pass. Dementor, up and under, move from Tong Yor. And that's the brilliance that we know that this Dementor squad has underneath their jerseys. We just haven't seen it come to the fore in this game one, third place game. But Dementor having a better outing in the third quarter, and now at 21 points. They've managed to score 5 in this third, while Phenoms are stuck at 44 points.
Yeah, I think that's why they needed a timeout to try and correct those mistakes that they are making. It's not that they're not having opportunities to score. They do have opportunities, they're just not converting them. Phenoms.
Odhiambo at the wing. You can see him asking for the screen. He gets it. Now it's a kick out to Wekesa. Wekesa lines it up, locks it down. Jerry Wekesa, one of the best two-way players in the CL.
Yeah, he loves to play good defense as well. He's a very good defensive player.
And that was a great idea with the pass, the shovel pass there, but the defense of the Phenoms anticipated, were able to block it up, and Wekesa trying to go for back-to-back field goals, not going to get there. And Wade Dang bring the ball up. He's got 2 on him, almost loses it. And it's a kick out for the drive. Yes, sir. Jacob Aliou. Is he tired for carrying this team on the back, on his shoulders?
Well, he is one of those players who doesn't just allow the game to float. And as we see, an easy layup, and he's on the floor. Oh no, he's okay. It's good to see him get up. They're really struggling.
Scores now at 49-23 as we approach the halfway mark of this third quarter. Dementor to inbound. Kick out to the corner for the 3. No. Spencer Morel loses a handle on it, but Phenoms might keep it alive. Odhiambo now slows the game down a little bit. Cross to the left. Hard baseline drive. Pocket picked. And here comes Aliou. This time kicks it out to Wade Dang, who wanted the foul call. And he'll get it.
He's the only one who's trying to get the ball forward, and he's sharing the basketball as well. And that opportunity doesn't arise if he doesn't dish the ball out. Well, we are yet to see Deng go to the line today. Wade Deng. It's good to see him now go to the line. Maybe now some bit of fight.
You know, Dementor, if they had been really hungry in this third quarter, they could have cut down that 30-point lead significantly, because Phenoms have only scored 6 points so far.
Yeah, and they were having a field day in the first quarter and the second quarter, and right now they need to be better. Dementors need to be better. The turnovers must be reduced because they're just having too many turnovers.
Wade Dang gets both free throws to drop. Odhiambo kicks it to Raputo. Raputo jab, trying to create the space he wants for his traditional layups. That time came up short. And offense trying to turn into defense. Not able to crack that code. Here comes Mabior. Big boards for Spencer Morel. And then Dang wasn't ready to receive the pass, so ball goes out of bounds. As you see the coach going crazy. We are missing the presence of head coach for Phenomenal Phenoms, Coach Cliff O'War.
Yeah, and the assistant, I think, is in charge today. Coach Mike is doing a good job for Phenoms today. They're enjoying themselves out there. It's just another wild shot. It's just this quarter has had too many turnovers from both teams. Both teams are just not really getting into the. I think the stoppage at halftime that we just mentioned, we had a blackout situation. I think it's affecting the players. They're trying to get into this rhythm that is just not coming back, particularly Phenoms. I think it has affected Phenoms more than it did affect Dementors.
You know, I always say that basketball is as much a mental game as it is physical. And Clay, you just gotta lock in. Even if the game was delayed by 2 hours, lock in. This is the playoffs. You know, everything that you worked hard to achieve this season, it comes down to this moment right here. And, you know, I think I'd like to believe that CL is also a platform to showcase skills. So you don't know which scouts are watching this game. You don't know which big teams are looking to recruit from the CL and want to see, you know, they're tuned in to this Okapi live broadcast and want to see, okay, who's shining right now? So you miss an opportunity because the lights went off for 20 extra minutes.
Well, it's one of those days today. It's just.
For me, it just feels like excuses.
No, today I'm being generous because I expected better from the Mentors, but also Phenoms this quarter they've just went cold. They're just cold. It's not happening for them.
Clay is being the good cop today. And clearly you can see I am being the bad cop. But let us know in the comments what you guys think. And what adjustments need to be made on both ends of the floor, really. As we see the attempt from Yor. And he manages to draw the foul.
Well, if this was a final game, I would be very, very disappointed. Sila, I'm telling you the truth, Sila. I would have been very disappointed because they need to be doing better. The talent that is on that floor right now, it's just, I expected better from both teams. Rebound for Salim. Kiselu. Another foul again. This is just too many fouls. It's just a stop-start game now. It
disrupts the flow of the game.
Yeah.
And you already said that the players are cold, so you need to get that flow. But both teams now in the bonus. So Salim Kisilu will shoot.
And it's a very good shoot of the basketball, Salim Kisilu.
Coach Deng having a tough day. Trying to get his boys motivated, trying to get them engaged in this game.
As you look at those free throw percentages, it says a lot about those free throws.
And then Geshu Geu sits down and gets subbed out. And looks like it's an issue with his shoes. So he's going to switch to the red Kyrie's. And let's see if that gives him an injection of energy as the putback from Wade Dang. Excuse me, not Wade Dang. Phenoms now at 52 points.
Phenoms have gone full court press now.
And why not? Maybe that will get their blood flowing and get them back into their offensive rhythm that they had in the first half. We see the kick out. Oh, fake the pass, go all the way. It was just too strong off the glass for Mabior. And now here comes Odiambo. Kick to the wing. Kisilu. That step back three was loading.
Yeah, and he's a very good. Oh, and then drops a tray. When something like that happens, then you just know that it's not gonna be your day.
Deng is showing off his range, and you are absolutely right. When the bigs start hitting those shots,
it's a message sent. Once we've seen Gary take a shot, Kisilu is taking shots, and now Deng who is primary a player who likes to go towards the basket, is taking a three from range, then you just know it's probably not going to be your day.
Odhiambo. And see, he's such a dangerous player when he has the ball in his hand. He wants the travel call, but it looks like it was a reach-in foul. And that's what they're going to give him. And he takes it gracefully with a smile on his face. Again, we're in the bonus. So we're going to have a couple of free throws coming up. Oh no, ball inbounded from the side.
Yeah. I thought it was bonus. If it is a foul, it's supposed to be bonus. Oh yeah, they've corrected it.
Okay. And that man on the line, Jacob Aliou.
The only one who is getting credit of any sort in this Dementors team today.
And leading all players of the Dementor squad in scoring.
He's a very good young man, and he's got a humble head. He's got a calm head on him. I have encountered him. I have had an opportunity to talk to him. He's calm. He just goes about his business.
Got a foul on the floor. Tobias Odhiambo, he wanted the and one. Toby's having a good time.
Yeah, they are having a good time.
Showing love to the fans. I think that's Fahim Juma, maybe, in the stands. I could be wrong. From the back, he looked like him, but Toby's having a good time.
Yeah, used to be his teammate at Junobin, Fahim Juma, before he transferred to Twende.
And Toby and KPA, they just fell short at the KNBL finals. They weren't able to defeat the mighty Thunder.
Yeah, but the challenge for them, it was Muchina. Once Muchina went off, we did that game with you. You remember, once Muchina went off, it became quite a tall order for them.
And now on the other end of the floor, Deng Huat, rejected by Gary Wakesa. And for me, that's a feat in and of itself. Gary is maybe head and shoulders shorter than Deng. And he just snuffed out that attempt.
You might think he doesn't jump, but he goes very, very high. Even when he releases his shots, you'll see that he goes very, very high. Gary Wekesa.
Now the long pass to Rapudo. Rapudo uncharacteristically misses a wide open lay-in. The shock on his face. And Wade Deng on the other end of the floor is giving the answer to that failed attempt.
Yeah, uncharacteristic. I've never seen him miss those ones, does he?
We talked about how much of a threat he is on transition offense. That's really his meat and drink. Now Rapudo with the baseline drive. Tries to kick it out for the shot. Kisilu didn't expect the pass to come to him. But I also think Kisilu was too high up on the arc. He should have been more, especially when he saw that Rapudo was driving baseline, he should have cut down to the corner.
Yeah, he really doesn't like to go in, Kisilu. I've seen him play basketball. He just likes to play on the arc. It's kind of his game. He really likes to play on the arc.
That off-ball movement is so important in basketball. Wade Deng trying to shake off his defender, drew them in, and kicks to Gil.
He was all alone.
Wide open.
Under the basket. I think Phenoms are just having a good time now.
A good time should not translate to sloppy play. As have a whistle on the floor. Who is the travel call on? Kisilu?
Yeah.
And he struggled with that in this game. Just over a minute to go here in the third quarter. Phenoms, very comfortable lead for them, and we know how important it is for them to strike first and get the first victory of this best-of-3 series for the bronze medal. And now another turnover for Dementor at the hands of Geu.
Well, also Christopher Wall today is not playing the basketball I expect him to play for Dementors. I think today is just one of those days where Dementors just showed up and Kisielu drains
Catch and
another
shoot.
tray.
Oh my goodness, he is feeling it tonight. Didn't think twice about that shot. And every time that Dementors try and cut down this 30-point lead, Phenoms go right back at them. Kisilu again from the wing. This time shares the ball. Got to travel on Jacob Aleu. Stumbled, really.
Yeah, he tried to bump him and then ended up not getting the bump. Instead, it went for the referee decided it was a travel now because he tried to bump into the defender.
And then Phenoms again doing that full court pressure with an almost 30-point lead. Oh my goodness. Alor Kwal, how do you miss the dunk?
And he is tall. He can get to that rim. I tell you that. It's just uncharacteristic of them today. It's just one of those days when we just hope that an improvement can come, but it is not coming their way today.
Well, it's not going to come in the third quarter, as there we have the buzzer to signal the end of this quarter. Phenoms now at 59, Dementor 31 points. Phenomenal Phenoms playing phenomenal basketball in the first half. They were able to finish 43, and then a very slow start to the third quarter.
Yeah, it was very, very slow, and we were talking about this. They were just fouling, picking up the fouls, and most importantly, they were not scoring. Both these teams were not scoring, and I think it was just taking a little bit of time for them to improve. And then there we have it again. For me, I'm looking at this game and I'm looking at that rebound situation and the assist situation. It is just too big.
And essentially those statistics, what it translates to is Phenoms with their 40 rebounds are getting second chance opportunities to score. And when you dominate the glass, really you control the tempo of the game. With the assists, 14-3 assists, Phenoms are finding the open man. They're sharing the ball. Dementor are having to rely on Jacob Aleu, number 9 of the white jerseys, to score for them. And no one man, unless you're Kobe Bryant, you can't carry the whole team on your back. And we've seen some of his players have some efforts every now and then. Wade Dang has done his best, but really Jacob Aleu has been the man for Dementor, even as you see him being blocked.
Yeah. He's made an effort, but look at that. Gary can go high, and whoever is just defending is also a very tall player.
And that was actually Deng Kwat with the attempt, wasn't it? And then now again, Alor Kwal, height advantage through the roof, misses, blows away the dunk. He could have just gone in for the layup.
Yeah, they need the baskets. They really need the baskets, and they are just not sharing the basketball. Anything you look at on those statistics, apart from the free throws, which they are not going to the line many times as well.
And so we begin our fourth and final quarter here of the bronze medal match between Dementor and Phenoms. Remember, this is the first of a doubleheader this evening. Coming up after this game, it's the finals, the championship game between Twende and Click Mambas, two teams that have gone undefeated in the postseason and will be looking to be delivered their first loss tonight. Who will it be? We'll find out in about 30 minutes. So listen, get comfortable in your seats. Lots of basketball this lovely summer evening here in Nairobi, Kenya. As we see Buluma, that was a tough take.
Yeah.
He went right at his defender.
And the defender just didn't do much. It's shocking.
Rapudo with the defensive board gets it to Buluma. Buluma, he saw the lane, decided to kick it out. Extra pass to find Niva in the corner. No good. And then another steal. Simon Raputo. Can he keep a handle on it? It's a scramble. And it's going to be a jump ball. But great effort from Raputo.
Yeah, and he's putting in the effort. And a 30-point game. How is it 30 points? It's just, I did not anticipate a game that will be this big difference. I anticipated that Dementors would put up a much of a fight.
Well, that 30-point differential came as early as the second quarter. As we see, Niva unsuccessful in his attempt. Morel Spencer, he's hacked on the way up. So he'll go back to the free throw line for the third time in this game. He was bumped on the head. But yes, it was a 30-point differential in the second quarter, early in the second quarter, and Phenoms have just been able to maintain it.
Yeah, and
that's all it is.
They're just maintaining it. They're not even putting up a fight. You can see they were having a good time. They're laughing. They're enjoying the game. It's the complete opposite for Dementors as well.
And Phenoms slowed the tempo all the way down coming into the second half, and that would have been a great opportunity for Dementors to strike offensively, but they never found their rhythm. As we see now, the kick out for the 3-ball, no. Baluma gets the defensive rebound, and it's going to be Dementors' first team foul, as we have a substitution. Checking in to the game is number 5, Angelo Mabior. Wade Deng will have a seat. You can see him have a couple of words with the head coach Deng, as Baluma loses a handle on the rock and it goes out of bounds.
Well, Dementor did manage to beat the Talibans only by a whisker, and it was quite an interesting finale in that one, where they had to finish off a basket late in the game to get to the semi-final stage. But today, it's just not happening for them.
Geo from downtown isn't going to get there. Morel, the handoff to Niva. Extra pass to find Siaji in the corner, and he's been quiet this half.
Yeah, you can afford now a quiet game, because when you're leading with more than 32 points, then it gives you a chance to relax, just enjoy your basketball. Whether you're scoring or not, at the minute, Phenoms are on top, and a 30-point differential is so difficult to overcome at this stage, and we've not seen anything like Dementors play like this before.
Siaji trying to take on his defender and loses the ball. Dementors to push. Oh, that was about to be a steal for Niva, and now Mabior fouled on his way to the cup. And foul happened on the floor before the attempt, so the ball will be inbounded from the side, it seems like. Wall, fade away? No. Raputo to Morel. Morel goes straight to the rack. And looked a bit rushed. He didn't have the angle on it. Geu fouled on the way up, so he will head to the free throw line.
Well, it's the free throws that are trying to keep them in it, but they're also not converting as well as they should be.
Dementor have been unable to score so far in this fourth quarter. That's 3.5 minutes gone.
Yeah.
You have not scored once. Not a free throw, not a field goal. It is just, nothing is working for Dementor.
Not today. Not today at all. Not today. But at least they get a basket out of it.
And that's going to be Geu's 6th point. Remember him earlier, he switched to the Kyries, and maybe that's helping him with his free throws.
Yeah, and Geo is an excellent player, but today it just feels like it's not going for them.
Oh, and that's a deep 3 from Niva Morgan. Attempted it with confidence. Geu gets the space that he needs, finds the bottom of the net.
Well, what did you say about the Kyrie?
And just very quickly, he's gone into double digits. From 5 points to 10 in the last 30 seconds of play.
Yeah, and that is good. It's good news for the Mentors to try and put up a fight to build a momentum for tomorrow when they come back for a game 2.
So Geu to inbound from the side. Waiting to get his team set up. But you see, it's these offensive runs that if Dementor had them in the third quarter when Phenoms were not scoring, and even right now, in this fourth, Phenoms have only scored 4 points.
Yeah, and
take advantage of those lapses and go on scoring runs. And, clearly it has to come down to individual effort, as we see Wall doing his best. It was a tough move and still came up empty. But it's the desire. We talked about that from the beginning of the game. It's the desire that is missing.
yeah, the body language was there to see. We were looking at them, and the body language was already there. They came.
Mabior tries to go all the way with it. Aliou, no. And it is a tough, tough day in the office.
The transition from Rapudo.
Geu now to feed the post. And a turnaround jumper isn't going to get there for your Rapudo in transition. Left-handed finish, no problem for him. As the Phenoms come that much closer to victory. Odiambo steps into the mid-range, isn't going to get there. And Mabior has got Morgan on him. Two evenly matched players kick out to the corner. 3! Air ball.
Well, they're not taking advantage of these opportunities, the Mentors. And another turnover again. Well, I'd like to see the turnover situation because these turnovers are just way too many.
On both sides.
Yeah.
To be honest. Got a substitution on the floor. Rapudo will check out for Phenoms as Ron Ojuka comes into the game.
Another one of those players who left the Burburu Crusaders to join Phenoms.
Silu catch and shoot doesn't work this time, but he has been very confident with his long-range shots this evening. Now the drive from Geu. Geu kicks it out to the corner. Yes! The 3 is buried by Wade Deng.
Well, Wade Deng has not had a good game today, but once he buries that, I think he can get confidence from it to try and play basketball tomorrow for that game too, because clearly this one is not gonna finish in their own way.
Never Morgan with a drop-off pass to Deng. And every time Dementor try to go on a run, Phenoms are quick to respond as Kisilu gets tangled up with Jacob Aliou. So it's going to be Phenoms' third team foul. Timeout on the floor. Some things to work out. Phenoms still well in the lead here. 2 minutes and 51 seconds to go in this game.
Just shocking. they really need to improve, even if it's just for the last 3 minutes to gain confidence for tomorrow's game. You can't just allow it to be, it's okay, let the basketball finish, and we are here and now we want to go home. You need to gain confidence today so that you are able to play basketball tomorrow. Yeah, because this is not just, it's not good enough from the mentors today.
As a basketball player, you always have to have a reason to fight. Whether you're fighting for your personal pride, whether you're fighting for your coach, whether you're fighting because you want to advance further in the league that you're playing, and you have to find a reason. And I don't think Dementor were able to find that reason this evening. Like you said, maybe game 2 will be a better outing, and that game will take place here at Nyayo National Stadium at 6 p.m. tomorrow.
You must be, and he's still the only person playing some good basketball on that floor. You must try and fight, because what is on the line is not, they really need to fight. That's all you can ask for a team that is at this stage. All you need is a bit of fight.
Silu inbound to Odhiambo. Odhiambo to bring the ball up. Crossover. Drive to the basket. And Dementor saw it coming. They managed to stop that thanks to Mabior. And then a steal right back into the hands of Toby Odhiambo.
It's the sort of the game, hasn't it?
No, ball goes in and out. Ronald Juka not able to connect. Here comes Wei Deng. Wei Deng with the runner. Comes up short. Tries to chase down his own rebound. It's going to be a jump ball between him and Martin Buluma. But possession belongs to the Phenoms. See, looks like Deng wanted the foul.
Conversation between Coach Michael and
And you can see him telling Deng to fight.
Yeah.
Get possession of the ball.
Yeah, that's good to see. Now, it should be happening the same on the other bench as well.
Morel on the low block. Draws the defense, kicks it out to Kisilu. Kisilu step back 3. Way off. Teammates trying to clean up the trash. Kisilu with the second attempt. This time comes up short. And then ball almost lost by Yor. Garang trying to step to the cup. Fumbles. Kisilu gets it into the hands of Toby Odhiambo, point guard extraordinaire. Putting his opponent on skates. And shuffles his feet. So it's going to be a travel call. But he'll stay up to put a bit of ball pressure. Deng brings it up. He's got Kisilu on him. Feeds the post. Turnaround is good for Yor.
They're much better. At least they are showing a bit of fight, regardless of the scoreline.
And Maturi almost losing the pass. Gets it to Morel. Morel saw he only had one on him. Goes all the way. And is rewarded for his efforts. Looks like he tweaked his ankle just a little bit. And on the other end of the floor, the quick response. Got a whistle on the floor. It's the stoppage time. And Spencer Morel will head to the medical crew, have his ankle looked out as Gary Wakesa checks into the game.
That's poor. That's poor. It's just needless turnover from Odhiambo.
We got a timeout called by Coach Deng Garang as the clock starts to wind down here in the fourth quarter. As I said earlier, We've got another game coming up after this one. It's going to be game 1 of the finals between Twende and Click Mambas. You definitely don't want to miss that matchup. I promise it will be much closely played than what we've seen here in the third place game.
Yep. I expect it to be a thriller.
It will indeed, it will indeed. 45 seconds left to go in the game 1 of the bronze medal matchup. Let's take a look at some of the highlights that we've seen so far. Morel Spencer giving Dementors front court a headache. He's been very effective with that spin move, but it looked like he spinned a little bit uncomfortably on his ankle, so he checked out of the game. Let's take a look at that replay. Look at his feet. And I think just when he was going for that final finish, his ankle gave out a little bit. It's another angle to take a look at that play. Yeah, it looks like it was that final 1-2 step. We get back into the action here. 40 seconds left on the game clock. Not enough time to make a difference on the scoreline here, but Jacob Aliou doing his best. Down to the final seconds. It's not enough. Phenoms keep on firing across all cylinders. The play from Ron Ojuka. Kisilu off the mark. 5 seconds left in this game. And looks like we got a kick ball. The 2 seconds left on the clock. And the low energy, the kids call it low energy vibrations, started from the opening whistle for Dementor.
Yeah.
And it's carried through in this game as Wade Deng tries to improve his stat sheets. And for me, I would say Wade and Jacob Aliou are the 2 players who really stepped up to the plate in this matchup.
Yeah, they've really tried to carry their teammates around, but it's not going the way they anticipated it would, because you just see the lack of fight.
Toby Odhiambo with the final attempt, but that will do it. And a fantastic finish for Phenomenal Phenoms. They went off to the races from the opening whistle, managed to carve themselves a nice, comfortable 30-point lead in the second quarter, and Dementors were not able to recover. So that will bring us to the bottom of the first game. And take a look at that final score there, 47-73. Now that's a blowout victory if I ever saw one, and a great statement from the Phenomenal Phenoms, who came up just short to get into the championship game, but looks like they are looking for that bronze medal.
It was a hammering, and I think tomorrow we expect a better game than what we've witnessed here today, because this is just an energy-sapping game. It's not been a great game of basketball. Let's not sugarcoat it. I anticipated a better game today.
As you can see, Coach Kerry Odhiambo on the bottom of your screens there, doing his best to encourage the boys. Veteran coach, wealth of experience, currently plying his trade at Nairobi City Thunder, and I'm sure he's excited about the next game coming up, where the Twende will be taking on Click Mambas. But as you said, it was not the kind of matchup that you'd expect to see in a third place game. Keep in mind that in a league with about how many teams? 16?
Yeah, 16 teams.
16 teams. This is the top 4. This should be the cream of the crop.
And you know, something very interesting is that they finished first and second. Now, I expected a better game than what I've seen today.
Well, as the crew gets set up for the next game coming up, that's Phenomenal Phenoms, who walk away with the first victory, leading the series 1-0. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here from that game. Simon Rapudo, foot on the gas throughout, no surprise there. As you can see, he got the quick field goal early in the game, and that was enough to propel him and propel his energy through the game. So excellent performance from him. But really, it was effort across all ends of the court, the front court and the back court.
Yeah, you can see the hustles that they've put in, and Phenoms have been sensational today. We can say, take nothing away from them. They have been sensational today, and they've made Dementors look like they do not know exactly what they are doing. But also the energy levels of Dementors, you could just see they are not playing anywhere near their best.
Anytime you see Gary Wakesa operating at a high level, offensively and defensively, you know it's going to be a long day for you in the office, and that's exactly what he did. The disruptive defensive player also got up on the scoreboard several times and was able to contribute to his team's big victory. So why don't you go ahead and enjoy this highlights, but we've got more basketball on the way. Don't go too far. In just about 20 minutes, it's going to be game 1 of the CL finals between Twente Sports and Click Mambas.
Well, I cannot wait for that one. I have been looking at all the statistics between those two teams, and surely it's going to be a thriller.
So don't go far, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with more action.